In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the automation of the Watchman reliability portal website. It's still in very early alpha stages, but right now we have so many test IDs, and I have it up at 2.04. If I go ahead and launch my IDE Eclipse, I can run the automation with a product called Selenium, and that allows me to use different web browsers and run through each one of these tests automatically without having to do it manually from user input. So wait for this to load. Just gonna go through each one of these methods and print out the test. Hit play. I get a dialog box that says if I want to proceed. If I hit no, I exit, obviously. If I go back to play, and this time click yes, it's giving me the option to create or choose already pre-existing configuration file. If I click yes, it's going to ask for my computer name, and the reason for this is because I'm having it write text files to a desktop, and if I go to somebody else's PC, I need their path. I didn't want to have a variable for a username, so if I hit any nonsense that doesn't, it's going to check for validation. One of the things it suggests is using the who am I command. In this case, I already know that, so I just have to type in my desktop name. It's valid, and now it's going to open the file explorer. I navigate to the configuration file. In this case, it's using Chrome to test, since the configuration file was already pre-selected for Chrome using the QA server. I'm going to go ahead and stop the test. Close the windows. This time, I'm going to hit play. I'm going to click yes again, but this time I'm going to create a configuration file. Same concept, type in my name. I'm going to type in some nonsense to show you what happens if it doesn't like who I am. I'll use Edge. If it doesn't log in, it's going to come back with an invalidation, cannot continue message, and it won't contain any of the other tests. I have some time delays for Edge just for it to catch up. If it goes too fast, the test automation crashes. It's one of the funny things about Edge. And there we go. Input was not valid, so I click OK. Click play again. Click yes to proceed. I'll create one again. This time I'll type in valid information. Type my password off screen. And this time I can select QA or dev. Click OK. And we tested Chrome, Edge. Let's do Firefox now. Click OK. Let's go run the Firefox browser with automation test. It's performing validation right now, so it's trying to log in. After it logs in, it gets a progress bar, and we can actually check that way up here. It does file validation passed, and what it does is it checks to make sure it can get to this tab dashboard.aspx. If it can't reach it, the configuration file is invalid and it just exits. Okay, so right now we're at 35%. And it's going through each test ID that I have coded for right now, which is up to 2.04. And right now we're at 1.07, which is password is hidden when typed. So basically, it checks for any plain text. If it sees plain text, that test will fail. In this case, it passed. Still have some coding around Firefox for checking the web links, but in Chrome it passes, so I'll look into that. There's reset password information. Right now it's 63%. We just changed the language from English to Spanish. Logged out. Make sure it still is Spanish, and that is test 1.15. Next will be redirection. Here's the redirection page. Should go back to the main page. Checks the URL for redirection. I'm gonna move my mouse out of the way. We're 84%. Okay, got some time delays for it to catch up. Okay, automation test has finished, and we have a text file that goes to the desktop. If I click OK, it's going to close the progress and the tab open. And we should have a text file somewhere over here. Oh, it's on my other display. So here's the configuration file, and here is a text file. We can open this up, and we can see the automation test has started with a timestamp of 10:49, 22:49, and test has finished at 22:51 or 10:51. So about 2-ish minutes and some change. And also has the configuration file that we wrote.